Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today we're going to be doing a video on a easy way to shine up the scales on your Victorinox Swiss Army knives. Let's get started. You may recall from a previous video, that all I used was a rubbing alcohol pad and some rough grit toilet paper, half-ply toilet paper, from work to shine this guy up. And I'm wondering if there isn't a better way to go about that. You can get all sorts of polishes and cleaning solutions and stuff, I'm sure. You can replace the scales, I'm sure. But I happen to be at Dollar Tree, and you may have heard about those in previous videos as well. And I came across a car wax and car shine applicator set. And I'm wondering if, like the magic erasers that they use in kitchens and scrubbing metal and tile and all that, if this wouldn't work to give us a little bit better sheen on our scales. So I'm going to go ahead and try with just water on this guy. And then if I like the results, we're going to go ahead and try doing it to the keychain one and see if we can't slick that up a little bit more. And we'll see what $1.25 in foam can do to our scales. All right, so with just using water and dish soap and the pad, honestly, I don't know that I see a difference. I guess when I roll into the before and after video, I'll see. Stuff, but I would say my frame of reference is with this one, I'm actually able to get a reflection of the writing off of the scale, which I think is as good as I'm going to get, and I'm perfectly satisfied with. So let's see where we are right now. I mean, it's kind of sort of there. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and use the dry side of the applicator, and I'm going to see if after using the wet soap to break down any oil and deposits and all, removing that from the surface, if going at it with the dry applicator pad is going to do any better. That is actually getting quite warm from the friction, but you can already see, I think we're getting a little bit more defined reflection from the light source there. Let's go ahead and do our pseudo test and see. I feel like we are seeing that quite a bit better. Before, it felt like you could only read this writing right at the bottom, and now it's showing up more towards the top. So I do like that. Didn't take too much work. Looks... So right here we have a giant starburst. The light is going all the way across, versus here the starburst is a little smaller, and you can get a little bit more defined. You can tell where the source of the light is coming from, versus this one kind of scatters it. So another thing that I have read, and another thing that most people should have at home, is toothpaste. So I'm going to go grab some toothpaste. We're going to use it on the applicator and see what we can do. All right, so that was about a minute of polishing. And if we use a rag, kind of buff that off. Focus, please. Seriously? There we go. So I would say we have a little bit better results there. I'm trying to do the worst case scenario here by reflecting the light off of it and seeing what we got. In person, I would say that's quite a bit shinier. And as we look at the pad, you can see the slightest hint of red or pink on there. So we know it is working. I'm going to go ahead and try a little bit more. Let's roll this one in. Focus. Versus this side. All right, let's try it again. All right, so this time I was pressing in pretty hard with my fingertips. Before I was kind of doing a wider, larger surface area. This time I was pushing directly with the fingertips. You can see a little bit more red and pink on the pad here. I feel like speed is more beneficial than sheer force. I feel like as you heat up the plastic, and you'll feel it with the friction of the pad being pushed into the plastic there, that's going to help heat up, loosen up, and free up the plastic there. But I feel like that's already getting better. If I look at it not through the camera, yeah, I would say I like that. So you could probably do that a couple of times. I'm satisfied with how it turned out myself. That's very muted, shall we say, versus that one that seems to be a little bit more clear. So you're not going to get glass mirror-like reflections on these. I'm sure you can with other products, but I'm going to do a real quick test on this one. And we're going to go ahead and get some electrical tape. I'm going to cover half. And we're going to get a more direct parallel. I can only polish this side. The other side is being protected by the electrical tape. So we're going to do a little bit of polishing on it and peel the tape off and get a direct comparison side by side. See how much better that does with just a minute or two of work on it. All right, so that's about a minute of polishing. We're going to go ahead and wipe it with a rag. That's to get the water off of it, get the toothpaste off of it, and wipe away any loose particles. Right now we have, ooh, that's quite a bit better, I feel. I can see it's a lot more reflective with the human eye. I don't know how well that's translating on the camera, but moment of truth. I'm going to peel away the tape, and you can see a very clear line in between those two. Beautiful. Now, to be fair, this may have adhesive from the electrical tape, so we're going to rub that away. I am still seeing a rather defined, come on, a rather defined line right there between the two. So proof of concept and viability. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side and see if we can't get that slicked up as well. All right, so that's about another minute of polishing, and I feel like that line is now gone. We're going to buff it. Focus. And now both sides are about the same. And I feel it's cleaned up real nice, especially in person. That looks real nice. Let's go ahead and try this. Nice. Clean enough you could read off it. And again, we have this side here versus that side there versus this side here versus that side there. The only thing I would caution is I don't know how resilient the badging would be, so I'll probably go ahead and cut a piece of the electrical tape, and I'm going to go ahead and try slicking up this side as well. Alright, so we went ahead and polished it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and buff it with the rag. We do have a rain, hail, lightning, thunderstorm roll in because Ohio. But we're going to go ahead and slick this up. Don't mind the cleanup song. The kids are asleep, which is why I'm able to make this video in the first place. So we have a much slicker. Oh, we may be losing power. Hey, today may get pretty exciting. But that is what we got right there. With a little bit of elbow grease, a preferably foam applicator pad. I imagine you could use any cloth material you have at your house, and a little bit of toothpaste. You can get a very respectable shine and clean on your Victorinox scales. As always, this is outside the target demographic. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, go ahead and leave them in the comments section below. I do enjoy hearing from you guys. And until the next video, I will see you next time.